Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's devotionals. My name is Nick Luber, and I am the Director of Youth and Children's Ministries at Central Reformed Church. So, during this pandemic, I've been thinking a lot about how we as Christians should be carrying ourselves. How can we lead and be an example of Jesus, especially during this time? When I think about Christian leadership, I'm often drawn back to a book that we worked through as a staff when I worked at Portage Lake Bible Camp. This book's called The Habitudes, and it's written by Tim Elmore, and it describes several principles of leadership, including an image of a thermostat and a thermometer. A thermometer reads temperature. You hang it outside your house, and mercury reacts with the heat, and it rises according to the temperature outside. Then you can go and read that temperature and react to it. You can decide to put on a jacket if it reads cold. You can decide to put on shorts if it's too warm. But that's what you do, right? You read it and you react. A thermostat, meanwhile, sets the temperature. If you want to wear shorts, you just set it up to 72. So you can change it, you can control your environment. A thermostat is not controlled by its environment, but it controls the environment. It sets the temperature. And as Christian leaders, we cannot let our environment control us. Rather, we need to set the temperature, especially during a pandemic. We need to be thermostats. Take a look at this scripture. It comes to us from Acts chapter 16, verses 25 through 28. Paul and Silas have just been arrested and are in prison. And so this is them in jail. About midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the other prisoners were listening to them. Suddenly there was such a violent earthquake that the foundations of the prison were shaken. At once all the prison doors flew open, and everyone's chains came loose. The jailer woke up, and when he saw the prison doors open, he drew his sword and was about to kill himself because he thought the prisoners had escaped. But Paul shouted, "Don't harm yourself. We are all here." Paul and Silas exemplify what it means to be a thermostat. They're in prison. Right? They're in the worst situation, imprisoned for following God's commands. Yet they still choose to worship God, and all the other prisoners are listening. They're noticing, they're following that. And that following really shows when they're given the opportunity to escape, and they don't. And all the other prisoners follow them because they set the temperature, and the jailer is set free from that. He would have had to kill himself because the punishment he would have faced for having all of his prisoners escape would have been much worse than that. But Paul and Silas set the temperature in that prison, and they saved a man's life. And we can all do that too. As Christians, we need to lead by example, not by grumbling or complaining, but acting through love and grace as Jesus did. Ask yourself, are you acting as a thermometer? Merely reacting to what's going on in the world around us, or a thermostat? How can you set the temperature as a Christian in the midst of this pandemic? Thanks, everyone, and I hope you have a great day.